come join us if you want.
What time is it?
It's a lot of fun.
It's 10.
We have to be
It
there.
starts at 10, yeah.
10.
Oh.
On Saturday?
It's Saturday, yeah.
It's coming Saturday.
I'll send you the information.
Okay, please.
I'll
Yeah.
send it to you.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. If you can make it, you really enjoy it. And it's such a blessing to be a part of that.
The ceremony, so
The
yeah. it is.
ceremony,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
All right. Could y'all switch seats? Come right here. All right. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Good to see y'all. And so, yes, Nara, Karen invited me in to do a class. So I was honored that I was reached out to come. Been coming to Charlotte for a long, long time, so it was really nice that it's good to be thought of, So yeah, I'm really that it's good to be thought of. So when I saw that it wasn't in conflict and I could actually do it, I jumped at it. So glad to be here. Spoke to others. Some people might struggle. We'll see. But if not, we'll have fun. Leave it. Yeah. And so my thing is this. In terms of thinking of this class to today, I was torn because I didn't know what I was walking into. Who would be here? How many folks would be here? What level of folks would be here? So just kind of like, okay, now how do I prepare for this? So I kind of had a few different ideas in mind. So if it's something that's, real basic, a little bit more, something advanced to kind of know. So whoever walked in the door, I kind of felt like I would have been ready. Before I get into things that I had in mind to cover, I kind of wanted to see what you all, because me and Karen had talked about this, and me and Karen, just talking about like things that people want to know related to playing the instrument. You know what I'm saying? Coming in and teaching a rhythm, I've seen over the years that that's really the easiest part of this process. Learning a new piece of music is the easiest part of this process. The real jewels of information is what I call the stuff that musicians know. How you know to do what you do, and what to play and how to play it and how to adapt it and all those different things, and so it's more of a thing to me to try to feed people in that way, to kind of, because if I teach you a rhythm and you play it well, and then we part ways, well, then what do you have? You just got a rhythm that you may or may not use. You may or may not play it, and then if you don't really play it, guess what you're gonna do? Forget it, so that really is not worth any of our time. And so, is there anything that's right on top of mind, or anything that is a burning question or idea, like, well, I always wonder how this happens or what this is, or anything like that I can kind of put on deck to address and we can work through in this time. Just take a second and think about it, because if there are, I would love to hit us there and just do some stuff that may not be useful to us.
So you want us to address something that's useful to the whole.
Is there you as a person or as a group that in your plan of your journey thus far on the drum, you always wonder, well, I always wonder how does this work, or why do they do that, or what does this mean, or something like that. That's a burning question for you or for the group, and so we can either hit it now or we can work it into so that is something that you can leave here with, that's of value to you, than just us playing the rhythm.
You mean
See
for
what
the
I'm saying?
djembe or for the doom?
The music, either one, cause it's all, once we get in here doing it, it's all the same, you know?
So a djembe is broken down like from lead, second, bass, or like some drums are broken down in that
Right.
manner.
Inside of the djembe, you have top to bottom, the lead djembe, you know, those who are charged with that duty.
The one who plays the
Right, plays the breaks, plays the signals, yeah. The accompaniment drums, you know, which depending on, ideally, they're tuned to be that. You know, people come to class, as you perhaps saw many times, you know, who are soloist caliber players, who some play and some don't, but everybody has their drum tuned high. This is not a good thing. This is not a good thing. I will be bold enough to say, this is not a good thing. Because when all the drums are tuned high, then we're losing out on melody. We just got high. It's like walking into a orchestra and you got an orchestra of trumpets. Yeah. Well, what about what the saxophone brings? What about what the trombone brings? The French horn, the tuba. They all add something to that melody. When you see a marching band play, they got the big one, and then they got the next size down one. Still doing this. And then they got the next size down one, because they're all hitting something in the frequency that when that thing fires, all those notes are mixing in and hitting just in their right spot to give you a full sound. It's not just low. It's levels of low. It's levels of high. It's mids. It's like an equalizer. You know. And then on top of that, you have the bass djembe. The bass djembe is usually a djembe that is strung up most times with a cow skin, or a goat skin, but it's tuned low. It's perfectly tuned low. The purpose of the bass djembe, and usually when you see it done correctly, the bass djembe usually don't sit with the other drum. The bass djembe sits with the dunes. He sits with the dunes because most of the bass djembe parts is either finishing the sentence of the kinkini or the sentence of the samba. So it has that low note that just kind of makes the wheel turn even more so. You know, everybody's familiar with Dunumba. The great example of Dunumba, the kinkini always says, beep, 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 beep. The bass djembe finishes the sentence. Beep, 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 beep. It's got that wheel turning. If everything else stops, you still got that wheel. It's like, oh man, we got something going here. Just those two key notes makes the wheel turn. You know, so that's just the djembe. Yeah.
Is that the same selection for the dome? Different level?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of in the same. You can see it, the low, the mid, the high. You know, and so you might add 2 kinkinis. Some of those may have two kinkini parts. I haven't seen anything with 2 samba parts or 2 dunumba parts. You know, but if there's a 4th one added, it's probably another kinkini. You know, and that's because the signature part of every rhythm is what the middle drum says, or the heart of the rhythm is what the samba says. The middle drum says. It may not be always the signature part, but it's always the heart of the rhythm. Whereas the dunumba, you know, it is the low end, and sometimes it carries the signature part, but it's not the main part. The main part is always the samba part.
Okay, well, you're talking Greek right now, so I guess once you
Right.
start
Right.
playing, it'll fit.
Anything else?
How do you know what sound your drum is making? In other words, like if I hear my drum, do I know that this is tuned right
it's relative. Yeah, it's oftentimes relative to the other drums that's around it, and it's relative to what that drum is gonna be doing. You know, and so like, say for instance, this drum. This is an old drum of mine. I purchased it from one of my barbers, and this came off the boat just like that. Just a skinny left African hand. This is that same little ratty road, you know. But for some reason, I always like how this drum sounds. It's just like, it's got a nice sound to my ear. Tone is beefy. Slap is nice and distinct. You know, it's got a bass sound. If I got in a situation where all my drums popped, all my good drums popped, they all gone, and I gotta grab a drum, and like, hey, okay, here we go. I'm gonna take this one with the patch on it. Here we go. I got something to play. You know, this is what it's gonna be. You know, so it might be a situation as if it's just me at the class. If it's a slow night at our class in Greensboro, it's just me and Kendake there, you know, I'm good. Because she playing dunes, and I'm playing djembe, and I'm playing lead on this. But when I take it with me, like occasion like this, or somewhere, I like having this drum to be played because to me it's a perfect accompaniment sounding drum. You know, it's not high, it's not low, it's right there in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Where there's room for a high tune drum, it leaves range for it to go above it. It's range for, we got a bass djembe to play under it. You know what I'm saying? And so then we got the whole range of sound there because it is, to me, right there in the middle. But could I use it for another purpose depending on the situation? Yeah. You know? And so the sound of a drum is relative. You hear some guys that like, wow, and that drum is hot, and then the next guy come in the room and his drum make that one sound like nothing. His sound is so high, it sound like glass. Tink top. Why is your drum slow? But that's how you tune it. So you can go even higher. It's all relative to, you know, there's a range you can say that, okay, that sounds like a soloist drum. You know, this is an accompaniment drum, that's a bass djembe. But then it can also be relative to who's around and what you're gonna use it for.
So there's no such thing as the drum being out of tone, like?
Yes,
when
it
they
is.
say, well, tighten it, we
Yes,
just
it
use
is.
tighten it, like, when would you know to do that, or how would you know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say,
What
like?
would it sound like? How would you know?
Yeah,
It's too flat.
Yeah, what does it sound like? What does too flat sound like, is what I'm
See, if
trying to
Tinker
say.
had brought her drum, we could.
But it's the dunes, it's not
I'm
the
just
djembe.
messing with her. Yes, you can. There can be drum that's fine. You hit it, it's just like, just dead, just bug, right? It's like, it's not. There's no sustain at all in the sound of the drum. There's no resonance at all. It's just like the skin is just on the drum. Hardly any tension. It's soft, blah blah. Yeah, that's not gonna sound like nothing.
So it sounds
This.
thud.
So that tapping on the side again. Here, the resonance, that kind of sustained sound. That drum that's an accompaniment drum.
Okay,
Yeah, I would say it's not a dead sounding drum.
okay,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying, I don't know this, what the sounds, the different sounds, okay. That's how I'm learning what's going on.
This drum is low, paper drum. This drum is low, but it's tuned to be low. It's tuned
But it still has a sound,
right,
clear.
a clear sound, a clear low sound.
Okay, got it.
Exactly. So that drum is perfect for beep get into what the djembes are saying. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Well, this is strictly for me.
Okay.
I just need to know, and I probably just kind of twisted my brain up a little bit because of how long I've been around. I'm good at following.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whenever, like a dance class, I can give it a company to play, and I follow it pretty good now.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to get to a level, what do I need to do where I want to feel comfortable playing for the dancers?
Mm-hmm.
And like last Sunday was a perfect time.
Mm-hmm.
We only had 2 djembe players, and we had Karen and Doom.
Right.
But Shaq had to teach the class, and he had to kind of help lead on the
Right.
djembe too. Whereas I felt like if I was comfortable enough,
Right.
he could have just stuck with the class, and I could have led on the djembe.
Right.
So what can I do? Where can I go, and what can I do to get comfortable playing for the dancers?
So it's no short answer to your question. So the best way to do it is to put yourself in a mindset and prioritize learning orchestration, how the rhythms are put together. You know what I'm saying? So for a rhythm, for the dunamis, what's the main part? If there's no other part, if somebody walked in here and Karen only brought one dunam, regardless of talking about doing my kinking, what part should be played, regardless of the pitch of the drum? Because that part is the main part, you know, and usually, like I was saying to sis, it's the samba part. Usually, you know, the addendum to that is if the main part, if the signature part trumps the main part. So for Kasa, everybody, you know, when you think of the dance Kasa, okay? The main part okay. I'm not gonna truck these drums down the road and not use them.
Yeah, so like, it's like, oh,
Right. Nothing about Canada drum. Okay, and so this don't need to hold another or could.
Now, I don't want to take up too much
No,
of the
no,
class.
no, 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 this is a perfect question.
Because you said the question was for you, but.
Yeah.
everybody,
It's what?
yeah, everybody's learning.
What'd you say, Karen?
I said it's something that I would be able to benefit from.
Right. Yo, what's up? And so it is, so we think of Kasa, we think of or samba part. because think it equated to food, the orchestration is like a cake. This accompaniment, they form a cake. The cake. The soloist is only the frosting. You can have a class with the dunamis playing. You can have a class with the accompaniment playing. But you got a great soloist and all they playing is solo parts and they come down the floor. It sounds like nothing. It only makes sense in context. You see what I'm saying? And so, the reason, I'm to come back to your question, the reason why orchestration is key, because if you know orchestration and you got your djembe, then it helps you to know how to go off script and still go off script and still be in the music. So we're doing cuz hot. You know that it's the break. And you go. I'm gonna play the main part. Excuse me, the singing part. The dancers can dance to that. Specifically to last week, sooner. Signature part and the main part. Taking it home and like, really thinking about it. A rhythm like Sunu, you got the main and signature part. Three notes or four notes. Same. Okay? The accompaniment is just a longer version of that. It's right in there hiding in plain sight. You see what I'm saying? And so if you got that, dance class can happen. You know what I'm saying? Please, you already dancing. And then, the more you become acquainted with, knowledgeable of orchestration, going off script becomes real simple. Simple stuff. We don't have nothing fancy. Just fill in the gap. Beep, beep, bop, bop. growing into a soloist. Alright, growing into solo. Okay. Yeah, you can't do it without it. And then once you kind of get more comfortable in, okay, stepping out and just playing stuff of your own creativity, then the next lesson comes as to, okay, what is prescribed to play? Now we're talking about the specific solo phrases that go with each dance step. That were born with the dance, that go with the dance steps. Mike 1 is saying that. Mike 2 is saying that. All right. The singers out there saying, the singer's out there singing. The soloist is out there singing. You know what I'm saying? They stop singing. Now the band can come forward and turn the sound up and jam them 16 bars and turn it back down, and then the singer's gonna start singing again. It's all music. It's the same. You see it play out when you're watching the show. It's the same thing. Same thing. Make sense? Yeah. So it's that's what I'm saying. It's not a short answer to that question, but it is a path to the goal that you're asking for. But it's just a matter of really putting yourself on it and being conscious of whenever you play, know the orchestration, the stuff that you know as you play, you already played a bunch of times. Cuckoo, Manjani, Lamban, yeah. Just so if you're like, hey, well, man, I played this a bunch of times. What is the part? What are the humans saying? Yeah, know what they're saying. You know, what is the djembe parts? Know the djembe parts. You know, and then as you play them, be able to move through them. You know, and because that's what becomes the meat of your soloing anyway. You know, so you can take an accompaniment part can be a solo part if you know how to use it. You just freak it and turn it a little different way. You already soloing. You just play it louder. When it's your turn, play it louder. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Yeah. Does that help?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm still a work in progress.
Huh?
I'm still a work in progress.
Yeah, right. You know, like I said, it just takes that being conscious of it. Now that the fact you have that question, now something else is turning on. So now you have to feed that to get to where you want to get to. Yeah.
I got a basic beginner's question.
Okay.
Tone and slap.
Excuse me for just a second. So we just started with just opening the floor to basic concerns in the context that us learning inside of this for any instrument, really, learning a new piece of music is the simplest thing. It's truly the simplest thing. You know, you watch cats do it, you know your instrument, playing another piece of music, simplest thing. But how to get there, you know, is the main thing. So I want to start with answer some burning questions that folks may have, that things that will be more useful to people's growth than just me coming in here playing a rhythm that you may or may not use. You know what I'm saying? So we started here and we're gonna progress on to actually doing some music, but I wanted to start here. So that's what y'all catching. All right. Yes.
So I know, we're kind of told about keeping our fingers close together on tone, open them up on slap. But as I watch drummers that are more experienced, really kind of just look to see what their hands are doing, and even non-ring, I've seated close to him for class to try to see what was happening. And I feel like I'm noticing, it's almost like the fingers aren't doing a lot So I wonder, is it worth it to experiment and try, kind of, utilizing more of the real estate on the drum, or not think about that, still think about, cupping hands and opening fingers, and, what would be a suggestion for someone starting out?
Yes, experiment, but not necessarily that. If you noticed, nobody was doing that. Nobody was doing that. Right, when you watch the players of that caliber at the workshop, Nominee, Bode, Amo, Atiba, none of them are doing this. Right, I don't do that. They don't do that. Nobody's doing their things like that. What they are doing is figuring out hand placement. Where is the best spot to put your hand? This is a different thing. This is the main thing. This gets you, people do that, but that's usually going for something different. That's a different thing. But in terms of learning your basics, it's usually moving this way, in or out. The key thing to keep in mind is that and the part directly under your fingers. That spot, that piece of real estate directly under your fingers. Huh? Thank you, doctor. Yes, the metacarpal. Yes. I'll take that word. Yes. That's everybody's SAT word for the day. Right, that spot right there. So there, and the diamond, the metacarpals, and the rim of your drum. So somewhere along there, a little more in, a little more out, is where you're gonna find how to get your sound. Because it can come from once you find your sound. Here's the thing about it. First off, you gotta find what works for you. That's the first. And then the joke becomes, the djembe plays on you, that once you find your sound and you really get comfortable with your sound, then the djembe come back and show you, guess what? They all work. If you know how to find it. If you know you can play a tone and step right there, right there, right there, right there, right there. Do you know how to manipulate your hand to make the drum give you what it wants? All of them can give you tone and slap. All of them have a place of where they're more commonly done. Starting out, when I first started, everybody played like this. Slap, tone, slap, tone. That was just common. Whereas now you see like that style, real common, playing that right there, real common in Mali. That in, slap is real dry. Ghana, right there. You see brothers from Guinea, most of the time it's back there. Why? That's just what usually happens. You know what I'm saying? Younger players, there. Older players, there. So it's age differences, it's time in which you came into it and what was common then, but this is more of the thing. Don't worry about this. What you do see everybody having is a relaxed hand. Tone and slap. After the hit is all this movement. It's enough tension in the hand to direct it to the type of hit you want, and then it's a relaxation of it. Yeah. So find it that works for you, and that of the djembe, that's the hardest. That's probably the hardest part. That's the part where you got to sit with your drum, and bother people around you, because all you're gonna hear is do da 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 da. That's all you're gonna hear. What are you doing down there? But that's what it takes. That's what you gotta right. It's like you playing trumpet. That's got to do something before you go get anything out the doggone. You go, and when you finally, oh, now you got to know. Now you can start doing some music because now you got to know. You making sounds, but you're not getting that note. So when you play, makes it sound like that. Bass, boom, boom, slap. Da, do, da, da, do, da, 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 do, do, da. It should be like that in the ear. You seeing the rises and falls of the sound because you're playing notes, not just patterns. That's just some sounds. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So that. All right. Good. All right. So let us. I'm not gonna start super basic. We're gonna keep it to where it's something everybody can grasp. All right. So we will do a rhythm, and I like this rhythm because it's a rhythm that is simple, easy to pick up, but very musical, and has every element of this music in it, meaning orchestration, orchestration, accompaniment, language for the dunums, language for the djembe, a song, a dance, you know. Every rhythm, so many of the rhythms that the musicians learn, the dancers aren't here yet, because that's just the difference in matriculation. You know, the music moves out and to us faster than dances do move out and to us. That's just how it's always been. And so the average musician that plays probably knows twice as many rhythms than a dancer knows dances. It's just the time of matriculation. Probably the slowest thing to get out is the songs. So between the rhythms, the dances, and the songs, you know, and not the songs pack heavy, but I haven't really quite figured out why the songs are the last one to get to us. Is it people's unwillingness to teach the song? Is it our willingness to actually fix up our mouth to learn the song? You know, I think we all have some of that. I can't sing, you know, but then it's really just taking that. You don't folks want to take the effort to really sit there and pronounce all the words and change your mouth up to say these words. What it mean? But I don't want to say it. I don't know what it mean. Like they're casting spells just because they sing that song. Like, come on, really? You can sing all the songs on the radio, but here we got an African song, but you can't sing it because you scared of what it's saying. Come on, that doesn't make no sense. And so either way, and so I've used this a lot because I think with folks at starting stage, you get a lot for a little because it has a lot of elements. The name of the rhythm is Balakulandjan.
I need to take this.
I'm taking it. That's okay, you should.
Yeah, Balakulandjan is a rhythm that's played. It's part of the family of music that goes with the rhythm soli, that goes with the dance soli. And it's probably more accurate to say dance because most of the time the dances are correctly known for what they're for, and then you got the name of the music, you know. Soli is done for rites of passage, circumcision, folks moving, young people moving from one stage of life to the next stage of life. Balakulandjan is specific in that it talks about, it also includes women who are trying to have a child, who are blessed with a child after struggling to have one. And what the song talks about. And so it's in that family, the Soli, 6 and 4, Manjani, Kawa, Balakulandjan, all those rhythms are kind of like in that family of that social context. All right. So, all right. Now, people will say, "Don't give me no djembe." All right. You can count 1 and 2. You can count 2. You can play Balakulandjan. I'm gonna pass out these drums. Yeah, I'm gonna carry drums.
It's so hard.
They are. They are. You done pulled it up, Bob.
What's that?
You done pulled it up.
Well, it's on the, this app that I have.
The mama cat?
No, this is called, what's this called?
Huh? Okay. It's a few of them up now.
Yes, it is, right?
Let's get this right. Yeah, grab the other one. Slide over. Give us the. I got a question. Right hand, go to that side. You've been in my face before? You've never been in my house before? You've never been on shows where I pull this out? I'm not gonna carry this down the road just for class. Right. You know what, brother? You know where I live. You know where I live. Double the car. Bob, we give you all right. Here you go. Right.
That would have to go to the elevator by itself, wouldn't it?
Okay, here we go. I go.
Sometimes they get them come to you because they want to do it like.
What's that?
You know,
I guess the bell's in the car. Don't need it? Okay.
Okay, so. If you don't play, your noodles like that, like this, how we have them on the side, please begin doing that. The reason why I say this, because if you are, to the answer that I gave you for your question, understanding orchestration means understanding
says, what the Dunbar says, what the Kinkini says. What's the main part? What's the signature part? When you understand that, then, and you know how it all fits together like this, you can take them same drums, stand them up, and play them 2, 3, 4, 5 different ways like this. Still playing the same piece of music, and not say to the person who showed you the part, that's not it, because you understand that. Okay, yeah, they're playing the main part, or they're playing the signature part, and they flipped it like this. They playing the main or the signature part, and they're swinging it like that. It's all still there. You see what I'm saying? Perfect example, Sunu. There are so many different ways to play Sunu, and you still playing Sunu. You know what I'm saying? And all Sunu has the distinct ability to swing in almost any different way that you play it. That's why I know most of the musicians, we all love it. We come in class and they say they dance to Sunu, we about to have some fun. It's about to go down. Because that's one of those things. You know what I'm saying? Because no matter how you play it, it's gonna swing and everybody gonna get their groove on. You see what I'm saying? And so so it takes longer. It's probably not as fun, but you will learn it better. Okay? All right. So now I'm going to count to 4, and I want you all to play 5. Okay?
5 what?
5. I'm gonna count to 4. You play 5.
5 notes.
5.
This
I'm
vibe,
a
this, This is not giving cheat notes. I'm gonna count to 4. I'm gonna give 4, and you play 5. Got it? All right. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh.
Okay, let's do it again. Everybody, you guys just made this hit the bass. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, what? Okay, all right. Because at 5, how many 5s are there? Huh? It's only 1. It's not for 5, 5, 5. It's just 5. All right, excellent job. So now that right there is the same as saying ba da 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 da. Okay. Ba da 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 da. Okay. Ba da 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 da. All right. So now fast tracking this. So your part on this drum is already being played because I'm playing this. All right. So I'm saying 1, 2, 3, 4. Bing, bing. That's your part. Right. Your part is keeping us, telling everybody we're here. Okay. All right. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna sing a break. You play that until the next break. And actually, 1, 2, 3, play that. All right. Tinker, Carney, y'all play the same as 6. All right. Same part. Ba ba da 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 da. The bell always has in it the doom part. All right, it's sometimes the exact same, but it always has it in it. If it's not the exact same, it's a few extra little filler notes that you use. All right, so you're gonna do that. You can do the part is this. That's the part. The variation of that, if your coordination is not letting you to do that, your backdrop is always for the same on both hands. Then you fill Try that, please. Ba ba da 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 da. All right, now, same. Just do that. Ping, ping, ping. The rest will come.
Okay.
Okay? Your body will let you know when it's ready, when it gets it, and you one day start, oh, I was doing it all the time. You know what I'm saying? But until then, just do the same thing on both hands. One more time. Big, 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 big. Alright, so now, moving on. Your part. Okay? Now your part says, while this drum is going beep, 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 and give you the first three, and then you hit on 4. Bum, bum. Bum, bum. Okay? So now the way you want to do that is perfectly this. Beep, 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 beep. If you didn't know, the Doom gives you 2 basic sounds. Sound, a note, strike it, let it bounce off, and a rest. You strike the drum, leave the stick pressed against it. So the rests are simply to help you keep the audible parts in the right place. Alright? It's just like bass on the djembe. For the most part, the bass on the djembe is a rest. You can play them, get them hard and make them audible, but most parts when you're playing, you're not, no one's listening for the bass. They're listening for dee-dee-da, dee-dee-da. See what I'm saying? Alright, so same idea. So for you, beep, 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 beep. The key thing is not to make the rest audible. Don't do no boom. It's just da. Alright? Just you. Beep, 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 beep. Go. Keep going. Relax your arm. This gonna kill you. After a while, this right here gonna kill you. Yeah.
I've been there, boy.
Yeah. For all of these drums, you want to make the most sound with the least amount of effort. With all these drums, the most sound, that's key. Because as y'all know, sitting, fooling around with them, or playing for a class, you like, how do they do this for a whole hour? We're making the most sound with the least amount of effort. So that energy can last us the whole time. Through all the ups and downs and stops and starts. Y'all stopping and talking, we still here playing. Yeah. So the most sound with the least amount of effort. Djembe gets your position right. So you just hear it. Maybe there. Boom. When I'm playing, all I want to do is that. Then maybe every now and then get happy and then do it and come back to that. But I'm not, no, that's gonna die right there. Yeah. Alright, here we go. Beep, 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 beep. Alright. Boom. You got it? Okay, here we go. I'm not gonna show it if you know it. You good? Okay. Alright, just shoot. Beep, 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 beep. So now, whenever you have the pleasure of that much volume, don't play the rests. Because they're gonna sound off. They're gonna sound like a note, but just by the fact of the side of the note. Yeah. Right, exactly. And so don't play them. Just, yeah, boom, boom. Crazy. Boom, boom. Yeah. Here we go. Same thing. Beep, 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 beep. Good. All we doing is 1, 2. But it sounds good. It's like 1, 2. 1, and then 1, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 1, 2. But it's like, why does 1, 2 sound so doggone good? I don't know. But it works. Everybody get on one same break. Beep, 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 beep. If there's a part where you know you can play, jump on it and play. Give them put the stick down. No, put the stick on the drum. Yeah. All right. One of you, if you like the kinky part, come to the kinky. You like the summer part, go to the summer. You like the Dunbar part, go to the Dunbar. Sweet, yeah. And we got 4 people. If there's a part, then the 4th person, we got extra set of doing. We have Miss Karen's drum that she's so nice and pretty today.
Flat one.
I'm gonna give it to you. I'll give it to you. All right. All right. Here we go. All right. You good? You want to share something? Ready? We need a review? All right. So here, you playing, you giving us tempo. Beep, 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 beep. Yes. Good. All right. And then, Matt, beep, it's like a heartbeat. Beep, 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 beep. So now, with that, you either do it at the same time, or everybody really is playing the same bell part. Same bell part, all right? All that's doing. at the park. Don't worry about that. It'll come.
Okay.
Just like I was telling sis, your body will, once you are doing this and not thinking about that, bum, 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 you bum, bum, tap, tap, bum, bum, bum. It'll be like, it was always there, okay? But your body will give it to you, because right now it's not, because it's still trying to work it out. And once you can go home and tinker with it, and just slow it down, really slow it down. Bum, bum, tap, tap, bum, bum, tap, tap, bum, bum. Because sometimes that's what it takes. Some of the parts that I've learned, I had to do is like slow it down super slow. Whenever you are practicing, and you like this enough to practice, and you play with the group when you practice, and you might be deciding, you know, I want to do this. And I know that they know each other practice, and he probably was practicing. I don't know if he practiced. Okay, all right. And so, whenever you're practicing, speed is not your friend. Speed is not your friend, all right? When you're trying to get something in the body, slow it down. Now, if you're practicing speed, that's different. If you're practicing it to play it fast, you gotta do the first step, get it in there first, all right? And then over time, you can play it faster and faster and faster. But to get it, speed is not your friend. Slow it down. All right. All right. Here we go. You're good? Yes, my man. You good? All right. Here we go. dedicated doing play. So come back to your regular spot. Everybody get back to your regular spot. All right. And I'm assuming if you on the gym bay, you want to be on the gym bay. Here we go. Two shakes from putting you on the ground. Everybody shake one more time. Be on the ground. To your question, how do you know when the drum is tuned and if that doesn't? What'd you say about this drum?
Sound quality.
It look ratty. It look like this whole thing, but it just gives you that right sound, you know. And so you don't have to look nice. Yeah, you don't have to look nice. It's just like okay. All right. So now for Balakulandjan. Who's gonna kick you? Okay, no. That's right. All right. So now Balakulandjan, basic djembe parts. All right. I'm gonna step out and I'm gonna say this. I think it's true. And so the people who regularly play will get it. This will be a valuable piece of information for you. And so oftentimes you wanna have a clue as to where a rhythm is originating from. You don't know. Sometimes the accompaniments will give that away. All right. For as you got, oftentimes we go through Malinke stuff, Susu, Mali and his Malinke was like Mamana or Soninke, stuff like that, Kayes, or yeah. And then Ivory Coast, you know, what else? Not too much from Burkina. Okay, but yeah, the biggest two is like Malinke and Susu. You can practically always tell if the rhythm is like Malinke based. If the original parts usually are, it's a 4/4 passport. Dead giveaway. All right, passport or doopity bop. Okay. 6/8. If it's got Pontypon. Right. Pontypon on the down, on the up. If it's got dot, dot, usually those, Malinke. When you see a lot of what are like ornate kind of sounding parts, they're usually not Malinke. Every now and then you come across a Malinke part with really, like a real signature part. It's like, you know. But most of the time you hear stuff like, or those real ornate, melodically great on the melody. Oftentimes they're not Malinke parts. You can fit. So if you playing, you can fit. Not gonna get in the way, might even add, but you kind of like sticking that part in there because it goes. You know what I'm saying? But it's like one of those things of knowing orchestra. The more, and this is something that the more you listen to stuff, you start to see patterns, like anything else. The more you pay attention and look at things, you start to see patterns. All right. The 3-4 week, both of the times I stayed with Famadou, been to his house, we doing Famadou know a bunch of stuff, but he only teaches Malinke, his stuff. Stuff he grew up from the time he teaches the Malinke. Every rhythm that we did, we either playing That's it. Yeah. I mean, and we went from some way out the way stuff to stuff that we, okay, yeah. That's it. You know, you go to a workshop and you learn the Susu rhythm, especially from somebody who is of it, and they're gonna give it to you. They're gonna give it to you that way. You know, Forte is a good example. You know, Forte teaches, he knows his stuff backwards and forwards. You know what I'm saying? When he teaches that, you're not playing a passport. You're not playing a Pontypon. You're playing the parts that go with what the Susu stuff is. You know? And so I say that just to kind of clue you into, you know, those who that piece of knowledge makes sense to you right now. Some of y'all are like, what's he talking about? They get it. You see what I'm saying? You will get it because it's to your question of orchestration. You know what I'm saying? And so pay attention to those parts and knowing what should go here. It gives you a clue as to if you don't know what to play, you can kind of clue into what you should play or should not play. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. here we go. So Balakulandjan, Malinke. It's in 4. What's gonna be the part? Passport. Or, huh? But how does it sound? Say it so when you say it, it's recognizable. You're saying the notes. Right. Doom bidi bop. Usually it's called doom bidi bop. Right, exactly. That, all right. Doom bidi bop. Bass, two-tone, stop. Doom bidi. Stop. Stop. One hand. Yes. Okay, passport. Slow it down, because this handing can be tricky for some people. Catch it, jump in. Now, everybody's playing it right, but some of you are doing this. I'm exaggerating. No one's doing it like that. I'm exaggerating to you so you can see what I'm doing. You're switching sides. All right? Starting with the right, and then you start with the left the next phrase. Preferably, you should not do that. All right? You want to start with the same, your body doing the same thing every single time. The benefit of that becomes you can then not need to think about what you're doing sooner. The sooner you can not think about doing this, you can put your mind on other stuff, which becomes critically important when it comes down to being a soloist. You see what I'm saying? If one motion is already on muscle memory, you on to the next thing that you about to say on your drum. Not worrying about, are my hands gonna do it right? Because if you're doing that, you're not playing music, you're playing technique. You see what I'm saying? You wanna be in music zone, not technique zone. You see what I'm saying? And so, preferably try, if you start with the right hand, right, left, right, left, right. Right, left, right, left, right. Right, left, right, left. So there is some doubling up in there, but it's purposely designed. Watch my hands. So the way Mommy always said, I've been at a couple places where he's taught this, he's really in a real basic workshop and teaching that. Make the non-dominant hand should be able to be waving at somebody. That's my dominant hand.
right. Right, right, left. Right, left, right, left, right. Right, left, right, left, right. Right, left, right, okay?
I'm confused. I thought I saw you right here.
I may have, because when I started thinking about it, I start messing up. Yeah, right. So, me not thinking about it, it looks like this. The way you know it's right is this. If we play, which what I'm about to do so we can maximize, get as much out of this as we can, this. So oftentimes when I teach this part, y'all not the first ones to not get it. Because it's like deceptive is not as simple as it looks or it sounds. So the modification, if we drop back to the modification of the part like we did with the bells, keep the part that gives us the main part of the sound. So when you hear da 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 da, the part that kind of stands out as almost like the fingerprint of it is the slaps. Da 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 da. You still get the feel of the part without playing the whole part. You see what I'm saying? Da. So if you play just the slaps, you're going right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, right. You know what I'm saying? So, as I show that, those that are not there right now to play the whole part, play the modification. Now, if you try the whole part, the only thing that you're doing, the modification starts on the right, ends on the right. All we got left is those two tones, right? Start with the right, end with the left. And you already set up to start the phrase again. You see what I'm saying? And I'm set.
Reason why that's the right way, because some parts obey the logic pattern. That's one of them. The logic pattern is this. I can play about every 4/4 rhythm right there. Passport, doobity bop, sunu, kasa, and my hand all do is like Ray Charles said in the movie, selecting those. I select the ones I want to play and not play the other ones. So if I play doobity bop, my hand pattern has not changed. I just pick some notes. Still there. Passport. Further study, but that is why. That's why. If you don't go. I can't do it wrong, but I'm doing the right thing. Yeah, I gotta make myself do it the wrong way. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's the thing. So again, most of djembe, whenever you in a workshop, you play your djembe, it's crucial that you understand you are not going to get the djembe part sitting there. That's homework. Every time. Yeah. It's homework. The solo, he teaches solo for, oh man, it's dope. Okay, you can play it in class, take it home. Take it home. You gotta be like, okay, what the text say? Because you gotta really get it so you can really play it, not think about it, play it. You see what I'm saying? And so it's not you, it's just the process. If you understand the process, you go through the process. You go through the process, you go through it to get to it. You see what I'm saying? Alright. So now, when we just did it the first time, everybody play it that way. Because today I want us to get this piece of music as far into this as we possibly can. Alright, we already spent too much time on this. So play it the way that you can play it right now. But know that your homework is to play it in that fashion that I was just showing. Okay? Alright. So now, no, right there. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. First part. Right. Second part. Okay. Here we go. Just the djembe. Ready. Y'all keep your music in mind because the next thing I'm gonna say the whole thing. First break, second break. It cuts as loud as her drum is, you can still hear that part.
Okay.
That drum sounds fine. Just play it.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. like this, because there's no point. There's no point for me to play and be loud and cutting through. Yeah, because my job is for you to hear you, not hear me. I'm playing something that's low and this is, if I stop, y'all barely notice it. If I play up, I can be over the sound, but that's not the job here. You know what I'm saying? So I want you to hear you. That don't sound good. Okay? All right. Same thing, switch parts. All right. So y'all play. Y'all play. And slaps by their nature are loud. So if you playing a part that's slap heavy, you ain't gotta play them loud. You see what I'm saying? Because really, in everything, the music of the djembe parts are really in tones. The music is really in the tones. If you're playing passport, bring the tone out. Playing tones. The music is in the tone. In any accompaniment, solo, music is in the tone. Yeah. All right. So now let's put it together. First break, unos. Second break, djembe. Are we ready?
We go back to the
Which
way
way we playing?
Yeah, go back to the first way. It sounded better. Yeah. Ba ba da no. Doom beady ba doom beady ba ba da. Yeah. First break, second break. Stop. All right. With feeling this time. With feeling. Yes. All right. I know you, because we speak all the time. Tell me your name, please. Biafia. Biafia, hit the drum. Yeah, it's not gonna break. Trust me, you ain't gonna hit it no harder than what me and my partner said. Hit that drum. Because that is like, hey, we're here. So you'll go, no, hit the drum. All right, same for you. Any other time, I gotta tell you, all right, Tinker, just chill out. Now you're gonna be all shot. No, hit the drum, Tinker. Okay. All right, here we go. All right. Huh? Play soft. Here we go. Yeah, here we go.
We have 10 minutes. Is that a tight 10 minutes, or do I have some leeway? Huh? You have a tight 10, all right. Do we have some leeway? 30 minutes, 6:30? 6:15, okay, all right. You tell me, I'm fine with that, because I can go as long as y'all stay here. All right, 6:15, great, all right, perfect. So now. All right, so now we get to you all. So now, you all have a job. So inside of most, inside of most rhythms, you have a part called, the name we've been calling it is Estrofman. All right, if you use the Bamana Goloba. That is the part in the music where the Dunums heat up. All right, they play something off phrase of what they're playing when the music does a rise and then comes back down. All right, oftentimes, and so we know the lead djembe is soloing, talking. The second most conversational drum in the setting is the dunumba. Third most the samba. Because usually if there's a goloba part, it's the dunumba. Some rhythms also have such language for the sangwa as well. But usually the djembe is talking, and the dunumba is oftentimes co-signing. Like, yeah, I agree with that. Yes. Yeah, I agree with that. Yes. Ba-bum, bum, 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 bum. All right. So now, in this case, we have that, and we have phrases in there that where the dunes are just signing off and co-signing. All right. So now on the samba sounds like this. So your part says. Say just a call. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. So listen. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Attach it to the phrase. So go bum, 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 bum,
Huh? I don't know, you might know it.